everybody, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elaina. Привет! I'm a Russian-American makeup and beauty addict. I usually do reviews and tutorials of affordable makeup, but today is Friday. That means Fridays are a drag. And today is the next episode of my series, Fridays are Drag, episode 8. Which is from Rupauls Drag Race Season 13, Episode 8, where nobody went home. That means I chose one of the bottoms, obviously, Symone, and we're gonna be doing her makeup from Runway and lip sync for her life. Very yellow, very festive like this. So if you guys are interested, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring notification bell so YouTube notifies you of every new video upload. I upload 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I also go live every Monday. So follow me on Instagram, Twitter. The links are down in the description box. I also have Patreon group. We have WhatsApp chat. We have Facebook group. The link to my Patreon group is also down in the description box. So let's get right into this tutorial and fun. If it's your first time watching this series, then you'll see I'll link on my series drag makeup tutorial. I have a playlist, it's gonna be up here, so you're gonna see all others. I have other drag queens besides this season 13. I love doing drag. I'm big fan of drag culture, everything, the artistry, the talent, the creativity. It's everything to me. It's life. I love drag. So I love to do drag looks and recreations of every single episode. So in this episode, the eliminated queen was nobody. So this is the premise of my series. I do the eliminated queens look after each episode, and my video comes out on the same day with the next episode, if that makes sense. So today is the 9th episode as you're watching it, and my look is from the 8th episode, previous obviously. So Candy Muse and Symone were in the bottom. They lip sync for their life. If you haven't watched, spoiler alert, nobody went home. Well, almost, sort of. Symone sort of won it, and then RuPaul said Symone Shantae stay, and Candy Muse sashay away, and then she's like, wait, you're not ready to go home. I just knew it. I just knew. After lip sync was amazing, and I kind of thought that they both did so great, so there's no way to pick one, and I think it's a good decision he kept them, because RuPaul kept both of them. Like, yes, RuPaul, she kept the 2 very talented girls. Like, I don't feel like they're ready. Like, it wasn't that time yet. And we get another episode of my show and their show. Everybody wins. So I'm going to be doing this look pretty much based on my evidence that I found on the internet. I took screenshots from a show, from a workroom where Symone was doing her makeup, and from her video on YouTube. She has a video, and pretty much kind of figured out how she does her makeup, because there is no tutorial. She has none, nowhere to be found. So I kind of just figured it out. So we're going to be doing this. Looks very Symone-ish, in my opinion. And let's get right into this. So let's do this. I already covered up my eyebrows with my concealer from CoverGirl True Blend. I almost panned it. I'm trying to pan certain products from my drag series. It's kind of very convenient to do a project pan at the same time. And I'm using my Forever foundations, of course, and as I'm planning to pan them as well. So this is 105 Scent and 104 Buff Beige. Those are my colors. And it looks like Symone is doing her makeup in a regular drag queen order, which means the foundation first, the base, and the eyes later, which I hate doing that, but we're gonna bake, and we're gonna look scary up close. And then everything's gonna come together at the end. I got some kind of idea how she did this look. It almost looks like on the show she had a little purple eyeshadow and green, lime yellow green. I don't know about purple, but we'll go with the final look. Okay, let's do the contour. Wet n Wild contour stick that I use for all my videos, and the color is walnut and number 8 of 6. So it looks like Symone has a very small, kind of round, squarish face. She has beautiful face shape, and I think she rounds up her contour a lot. So I'm gonna go high, the way it looks like she's going, and round it up a little higher than, let's say, Trixie does very low contour, and Symone is way higher, so I might have to clean this up. You know, the usual on the forehead. It looks like she connects it with the forehead contour, at least from the evidence from the show. I'm such an investigator. And the usual chin contour. And now we have to blend. So now that the contour is blended, so usually drag queens do the highlight first, I think, but I like to do my highlight the last, I would say, because it creases under eyes, and you want to set the under eyes right away, right? And then bake them to make them look extra crispy. So I'm gonna use a combination of my new discovery, Maroon Clown White, and I also have Revolution Conceal and Correct White Concealer. The reason I'm mixing that the Maroon is very thick and it tends to give you texture, and it looks terrible. I mean, just to be honest, even when you set it perfectly, it still looks pretty bad. So mixing with concealer together, I feel like it creates like a smoother texture. So we're just gonna do the regular highlight, because I'm not sure how exactly she does it, because I haven't seen the receipts. So I'll just do the regular. Just a little something subtle. A very everyday look, going to Walmart grocery shopping. Very, very subtle highlight. So whatever is left on the brush now has a little foundation on it, right? So I'm going to use this to highlight under my cheeks and cut them a little more. It's not really necessary at this point, we can do it with powders, but I kind of like to start already getting the shape, so you get a more snatched look. See? That's snatched. Snatched for the gods. Now take a little more and put it in the middle of my nose. And I think I have a bigger head, honestly. So I have to make my face look less long, I think. A little shorter. So I don't want to bring my highlight too low. I want to make it a little shorter here to draw attention to the eyes and make my face look a little shorter and rounder. Now we're setting with Clown White, mixed Clown White powder. And this is from setting powder Ultra White, actually, from Maroon. I mixed it a little bit with a regular setting powder from Maybelline, just to make, again, the texture a little more smooth, because it comes out a little textured, a lot textured. So the mixture will help to make it a little smoother. And then for the rest, I'm just going to use translucent, regular drag special, the Coty powder. So we all said, first of all, we want to do the eyebrow shape. Symone's eyebrows are not like any drag queen shapes. Eyebrow shape. She does them very thin, and she does not draw any hairs. It's not a shade of tea, it's just the tea. But I looked on her Instagram and I did a little bit of research. She used to do eyebrows pretty thick and kind of more textured, and I kind of like that better. I do like that better. So a little bit tip for you, Symone. Go back to your old eyebrows. But anyway, I'm gonna do the way she did it. So I'm just using the Morphe eyebrow pencil. It looks like she just draws the darn line and that's it. So it doesn't go too far out extended. It kind of arches, not too far out, almost like in the middle, not too far. And then it goes down a little bit. So it's very short on the front and very short at the end. It's pretty short eyebrow. And the interesting thing, the tip is thinner than the middle. So she draws the tip like very thin and faded. And then the middle gets a little thicker. And then there is nothing in the end. So I'm just gonna make this a little thicker, and this will be our little beautiful eyebrow. Okay, it's time to contour. I might as well use my iMagic PR contour palette. It's contour and highlight, but contour is really cool. I like that. So I'm gonna use my contour brush. It's Firma brush from BoxyCharm 103. And we're gonna just follow. My contour is already very pronounced because I use Clown White, so I have everything already set. So all I have to do is just make it a little more pronounced and blend. And make sure I keep the face shape more rounded, square, round kind of shape, like the way Symone has. I have longer face for sure. So I'll make sure I really contour my chin to make it appear a little shorter. And the contour high, keep it high. Okay, it's time to bronze. I'm gonna use another BoxyCharm thing. It's a Ace Beauty Bronzed in Paradise palette. It has nice variety of bronzers, so I'm gonna go for the medium, like a light medium. Just gonna bronze all over. Again, I don't have any references, none of her videos, but I imagine she would bronze like everybody else. And what I'm gonna try to do is bronze where I highlighted. And that makes sense because her contour doesn't look too sharp. So I want to kind of blend it, make it a little more blended, less pronounced. Because the final look on the runway, she didn't look like too cut. So I want to keep it close to original as possible. Although I do like cut and snatch look for myself. But it's not about me. It's about Symone today. And I have to behave myself. Okay, and I don't have any receipts of her applying blush, but I imagine she would. I'm gonna use something very peachy bronzy, so this is orangey kind of color Foxy from Colourpop. It's a pretty package too, so it's like my recent favorite. I really like this orangey bronzer blush. Kinda wanna apply it everywhere. Along the nose to bring the color back. Okay, for the eye look, I pretty much have a little bit of foundation in my eye. Because we drag queens, we don't know primer. Primer who? We don't know her. But yeah, so it's crease in the house, but it's alright. It's all gonna be snatched. I'm using the Mitchell Feet in the Ground because she put a little bit of purple in the crease. I got the receipts and the evidence. I'm gonna insert the screenshot here from a workroom. But when she redid her look on her YouTube channel, I'm gonna insert yet another picture so you can see her redone look. She literally has like flash tone on her brow bone, so I'm like, I like that. I like it's like very put together because she had a lot of time. But I want to be authentic to the look on the show and go with a little purple, but not the purplest purple. Well, it's I don't know how to explain it. I kind of mix it with brown, these two colors. I'm using a fluffy brush, lavish tapered blending brush, and this is from BoxyCharm, so kind of tap in between. I already powdered my under eyes and I baked them with just the loose powder. So her eye shape is very rounded, naturally, like him in a boy form. If you ever seen him as a boy, his eyes are very rounded. My eyes are more elongated and less white, so I need to emulate that white shape. So I'm gonna make that crease very rounded. So she doesn't blend her eyeshadow all the way to its temples or any of that. It's kind of very like pulled in, not very out. So for the brow bone, I'm gonna use another brush, another fluffy brush, and that's Spectrum B11. And it's firm, but it's fluffy. So I'm gonna apply this Sorbet. It's like off-white color. So I'm gonna set the brow bone. I already have a bunch of Clown White on there mixed with foundation. We're very crusty in my eyebrow area. You do not want to look close. Believe me, you. That's why I'm not zooming you in, because you do not want to see it. It's drag. It looks horrible and close. Okay, so I'm gonna deepen up the outer corner. Again, I'm not gonna go way out. Just very close in to create a rounded eye shape. And of course, she's got a lot of black. And the black, I'm probably gonna use pencil. Looks like she penciled in this whole line and the low lash line, and then she buffed it out. That's what it looks like, at least in the pictures. So I did a little something over here, and now I'm going with the other eye. This is the pencil from BoxyCharm. Pretty decent, actually. It says Dragon Liner Wax Pencil. It's pretty nice. I put this in my low lash line first. Kind of want to drag the shape first, and then we're gonna cut the crease. Apply the like a yellow greenish color, and then I'm gonna do the light eyeliner. So it's all gonna come together. So first I'm gonna go below the lashes, because remember she has wider eyes. So if I put it just in the waterline, my eye is gonna close. So I want to make it as wide as hers. And then I'm gonna draw. So her crease is very subtle. She doesn't go way out of there. So kind of like this, like prolonged but subtle. So I'm gonna go a little higher here than my crease. And the crease shape, some people make it more rounded this way. Sometimes I tend to go like, you know, kind of snatched, pulled up. So it's kind of more rounded here. And some people make it more rounded here and pull it down. So she's doing that. So she did more rounded here and pulled it down over there. So I'm just using the same pencil. So the shape is looking alright. So now I'm going to use a black. But the black is not going to be from Mitchell palette, because Mitchell palette black is awful. So I'm going to use my go-to, the ABH Elise Edwards, and that's one of the decent blacks I have. Small, kind of smudgy brush. Just tap it lightly because I don't want black go everywhere. So we're just gonna smudge this line. Because on her recent recreation in her YouTube video, it's not even blended at all, just like a black line, very graphic. But I want to go something in between, slightly blended, but it looks something more like she did on the show, I guess. And the same thing, smudge the low lash line. And then we're gonna draw the waterline black. And for the waterline, I used Beauty Bay eyeliner in ink. Okay, now we can cut the crease. I'm cutting it with the P. Louise dupe from AliExpress. It's very decent. Actually, all the ingredients I checked online, and everything checks as safe. So it's called Becky Sue. I always laugh at the name. Eyeshadow primer, and this is a white, of course. I'm gonna put a little on my hand. Use small, tiny, flat brush from Morphe. I'm gonna go this shape. I already cleaned up my eyelid more or less with the micellar water and Q-tip. I would say Symone looks very beautiful, but a little too tame for my taste because I like drag big and out of control. More like Gottmik. So we're going to set this with the shade that looks exactly like what Symone has. And that's called Chemtrail. That's from Mitchell palette. And flat brush. We're just going to pat it on. Voila! I've got the lashes on. I put a little Benefit Cookie highlighter. They're all matte on the show, just FYI, because they don't let them use highlighter. That's what I heard. That's the tea. But off RuPaul's Drag Race, they're all wearing highlighter, so I just put a little bit on. So now I'm going to use the eyelashes, so I'm going to show you what it was. So this is a discovery by my friend Tia, from Tia American Makeup Time, Tia's Makeup Time. Her channel is going to be listed here. She's amazing. She discovered this, and I was like, oh my god, girl, where did I get them? Like, how did I miss them in my life? So this is Weave O-C-O. I can't pronounce it. There you go. So if you want to look for this name on Amazon. Very inexpensive. This whole thing was like $9, and that's like, I don't know how many pairs there are. 7 pairs. So you get 7 pairs. So they're crazy looking. They're so drag. They're like perfect for this kind of purpose. So that's what I got in my eyes. So what I did with them, they're very long. So I cut like a 2, you know, the ones with the 2 things sticking out. I don't know how to explain. cut them from outer corner and I glued them on top. So I lifted my outer corner so they doubled. So you know what I mean. Anyway, so let's do the lip liner now. Overline. Of course, Symone is genetically lucky to have big lips, and my lips are a Russian ratchet. So I'm just gonna overline them the house. So this is Morphe lip liner I got from my recent Morphe haul. It's called Love Bite, and this is like a medium brown. I might have to make it a little darker because it looks like she's got like a glossy nude lip and darker lip liner. So the Chola look. I think the Chola look is back in fashion. Something's happening, people. People, what's going on? So she's got the Cupid bow. Not too pronounced, but it looks like she's got it. I'm just looking at the picture now of her from the video. A little higher, draw it a little higher. Or I would say a lot higher. So I found the perfect peachy nude shade for this lip color. That's a bullet lipstick. I rarely use because I don't really like bullet lipsticks. That's Makeup Revolution actually. And this is matte lipstick in the color Naked. So for the lip gloss, I'm using Catrice lip gloss. I haven't used it in a while because I don't use lip gloss normally. Okay, the wig cap is on. So let me put a little bit yellow on myself and make myself look a lot more yellow. So I don't have an expensive wig. The way she was wearing a full lace wig, you can style whichever way you want. I have a cheap synthetic wig I got on Amazon for 20 bucks. And you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, like Peter Mann says. So I'll be back. What do we think, hunties? Oh well. Don't look at the hairline. It looks ratchet the house. I admit, the $21 wig from Amazon is no lace front. So this looks like Trixie Mattel from her latest video when her unglued wig was coming off. Clearly. And she clocked herself, and I'm like Trixie Mattel, I'm gonna clock myself. Yeah, the wig is straight. Symone's look was wavy, curly, and natural, probably human hair, full lace, blah blah blah. But we did what we did. I pinned it, the house, all the way up, left the little pieces here to cover up the ugliness behind me. And I broke out the funky chicken again from the closet. If you recognize this, this is from my Mardi Gras video, Mardi Gras look, where I had this on my head like a showgirl, or like my friend Teresa said, fancy chicken, and Tia repeated it, so I'm a fancy or funky chicken now. Cluck cluck. Or I would rather say Symone. I mean, it gives Symone vibes, I would say. The hairline-ish, and she wore a beautiful fake feather jacket or whatever it was. I'm wearing literally feathers. I'm just having fun with this. Yeah, I really enjoy this. I like this bright yellow look. I'm usually not into yellow, but I really enjoy this. This is so colorful and festive. You know, the whole this kind of lime green look, eyelid. I think it's pretty Symone-ish with the thin ratchet eyebrows. I like thicker eyebrows, you know. I used to draw my eyebrows thin like this, and now I make them thicker and bigger, so yeah. But overall, I'm very happy with it. So what do you guys think? I chose Symone, of course, because I already did Candy Muse look, and since nobody went home, I had to choose somebody, right? And Symone I haven't done yet, and I love her drag aesthetic, live for her. So I'm like, well, that's a good chance to do Symone. And eventually I'm gonna have to do Symone and Candy again when either one of them goes home, or two, one of them wins. Which I think Symone has a better chance of winning. Just saying. So as usual, guys, let me know what you guys think. What do you think of the episode? Do you think one of them should have gone home rather than both stay? So let me know what you think. As usual, who's your favorite? What do you think of the episode? I mostly agree with the judgments, so I'm happy with the outcome. So leave me a comment, like this video if you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I upload 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and also go live every Monday. A huge thank you to all my patrons on my Patreon group. I have a Patreon group, guys. We have WhatsApp chat, we have Facebook group, and my patrons choose my looks for my lives. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys are interested, the link is down in the description box as well as my social media. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram is better. I'm more active there. Just saying. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Fabulous, darling. Bye.